not necessary to type that in. All right, it's not necessary to type that in because plugging -1, 0, and 1 should be relatively easy. I'm just showing you how to use your table. So if I plug -1 in, what did we get? 7, and then a what? 4, and then a 1. Okay, so now we're going to plot those points. -1, 7, 0, 4, and 1, 1, it looks like, correct? And then we just graph that line. And then you can hit graph on your calculator and just line that up, and you should agree it kind of looks the same. What?
I'm confused on what we hit on our calculator.
I don't have any idea what that means, man. None.
Like, I don't know what we hit on our calculator to get that answer.
Y equals top left corner. Then type in 3x plus 4. You were supposed to do that 20 times last night. I know you just got your calculator, but you were supposed to do that last night. 3x plus 4, -3x plus 4. Can you type -3x plus 4 in?
Yeah.
Then you hit graph. Graph is in the top right. All right, here we go. So, Rivers, number 2. What numbers am I going to plug in for x?
-1, 0, 1.
There you go. -1, 0, 1. What do I get?
Oh, okay. You get -7.
Yeah. Then what?
I got 1 5.
-2.
-2.
And negative. No, I just 3.
3. There you go. All right. Now I'm doing number 2. All right. So again, yesterday I was, got a good laugh out of some of you because you didn't type in the equation or you did something silly. Now today you're supposed to type in y equals, under y equals, put 5x minus 2. Yeah, before you ask me a question and I get hostile, all right, you got to go to y equals and make sure you type in 5x minus 2 or it's not the right answer. It was funny yesterday. It's not funny today. You should be able to type in 5x minus 2, right, Connor?
Right, got it.
And you're all good now, right?
Yeah.
Tucker, is that good now, right? All right, most of the time it's user error. Most of the time it's user error. All right? Now, because Rivers wasn't here, I need someone to tell him, Lily, what are we plugging in for x?
-4, 0, and 4.
Why?
Because you always do like the denominator.
Yes, you're plugging in the denominator so the fraction is eliminated. All right, you don't want to type in fractions on a graph. All right, you don't want to put fractions in on graphs. Amy, you doing okay back there? All right. Now look, I have control now. I feel like everybody's pretty much on task. Now your job is, okay, now I've got calm. I want to make sure that you understand me. So if you're not doing your calculator, I'm going to be really irritated if I go to question 7 and ask you something, you're like, I don't know what to do. All right, so now tell me, if you're not getting these answers, now's the time to tell me, Mr. Caruso. What?
So I got
For y, what is it?
-2, -5, -8.
Anybody else get that?
Yes. But the 5 is negative.
Yeah.
The 5 is negative?
Yeah.
All right. Now your job is, we've done number 3 now. Your job is to be able to look at that and say, I can fill in a table now. Yes.
My calculator died last night, so I left it on the charger and then I actually.
Okay, so I'm not too mad at you. Right? So listen, what I'm saying to you, you know what to do, right?
Yeah.
You know what to do. All right, so I'm happy with that.
You just do x minus 1, or you do the fraction. You just
You type in under y1, -3 divided by 4x minus 5, then you go to your table. And on your table, you put in -4, 0, and 4. Then you plot those points, then you graph the line. That's what we're doing. Sienna, you good? Oh, come on, no excuses. Let's go. Come on, every day I'm going to teach you something with your calculator. Super powerful. All right. So now you got a lot of work over the weekend. Make sure if you know how to do technology, this is pretty easy. Yeah, I'm recording. All right. I'm recording. All right. So I'm done with number 3. All right. One more. What am I plugging in for number 4? Mr. Danzy. -202. And did you get those numbers yet?
Yeah.
I got
-1, 4, and 9. I just need help. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And then plot those points. I am really happy with today. All right. We couldn't even do 4 problems yesterday. All right. So I'm really happy with that. All right. Now number 5. I need everybody to put a star on number 5. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to breathe. I want the graphs plotted correctly on your iPad. So those of you guys without calculators, do you need a calculator now that I've given you that information? The answer is no. You can plot those points. Are you with me? You have your calculator today? All right, same thing goes for you. You got a lot of work now. All right, you understand you're able to plot those points though.
I know how to do it.
Okay, but I'm saying you should be graphing. You shouldn't be sitting there doing nothing. Okay, good job. All right, now here we go. All right, I need everybody's eyes up on number 5. Eyes up, eyes up. What are we missing in number 5? The what? The X. There is no X. So how am I going to plug something in? You're not. This means that the Y value is always what? It's always -5. The Y value is always -5. So -5, -5, -5. And then the X's can be whatever you want. But again, we're going to do -1, 0, 1. And then when you plot those points, you should notice, wow, that's cool. That is a horizontal line. That is a horizontal line. And if you want to confirm that, you go to your calculator and you type in Y equals -5. It allows you to draw a horizontal line. All right, so Y equals -5 is a horizontal line. Make sure you know that. Make a note right there. Y equals is always a horizontal line. Always a horizontal line. And it goes through the Y value at -5. Should be kind of obvious. All right, happy with you guys. Let's go. Now, this right here, do me a favor. I don't want -X. That's just X. All right, just X. So what does that say always?
X equals 4.
That's saying X is always 4. That is saying X is always 4. So X is always 4. This is the rare exception, 4, 4, 4. And the Y's can be what? Whatever you want. -1, 0, 1. Now, if you do that, I want everybody to write down that is a vertical line. That is a vertical line. X equals 4 is a vertical line, and it goes through X equals 4. All right, now, there isn't a way, when you take your graph, there's no way to eliminate Y1 and make it X equals. All right, so you just have to remember that is a vertical line. All right, that's a vertical line. All right, so that was the main problems I want you to look at for today. Something new from yesterday was 5 and 6. All right, now I'm on question number 7. Who remember what I said yesterday about the X-Intercept? The X-Intercept is, yes, it's where the line crosses the X-axis. If the line crosses the X-axis right above that, I want to write Y equals 0. And the Y-intercept is when what? X equals 0. All right, so the x-intercept is when y is 0. The y-intercept is when x is 0. All right, so now I'm teaching you something that we should have learned yesterday. All right, so here we go. If x is 0, I'm going to put a 0 here, and I'm going to find the y-intercept by, x-intercept is when y is 0, so I want a 0 here, and the y-intercept is when x is 0, so I'm going to put a 0 there. All right, now look what I did on number 7 now. All right, I'm going to find the x-intercept first. If I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to let the y be 0. So now, 2x plus 3 times 0 equals -6. Everybody see what I just did? This is not a calculator problem. This is a being smart problem where if I want to find the x-intercept, I let the y be 0. And so now I have 2x equals -6. So what's the x value? What's the x value? -3. So this is the x-intercept. That's the x-intercept. So now I want to go to -3, 0, plot that point. -3, 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, what am I going to do? Plug in 0 for what?
X.
X. So here we go. 2 times 0 plus 3y equals -6. 3y equals -6. So y is equal to what? 0, -2. That is the y-intercept. All right? So now I'm going to find the y-intercept by plotting 0, -2. So there's 2 points. Now I can just draw the what? I just draw the line through those 2 points. There you have it. That's how simple. All right, to find the x-intercept, y is 0. Find the y-intercept, x is 0. Is everybody happy with that? All right. So let's do it on number 8. So again, I always try to tell kids, just automatically throw in a what?
0.
0 for y and a 0 for x. This is the x-intercept then, and the second one is the what? If you get them backwards, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter which one you solve first. So if the y is 0, now this should be mental math. If the y is 0, what's x?
5.
5. That's how easy it is. All right? Now, if it's 4x equals 20, you see that or not? If y is 0, right? Now, be careful. I appreciate it, but you've got to be careful with your numbers. If x is 0, you get the equation -5y equals 20, which means the y value is what? -4. There you have it. So now we're going to plot 5, 0. And then we're going to plot 0, -4. Then we're going to graph those lines. That's not too bad, right? That's not too bad at all. All right, so 9 is the same, 10 is the same, 11 is the same, 12 is the same. All right, so let's do, just to make sure, let's do 12 together, and then the rest of it's homework. All right? You can fill those in yourself. So now, for question number 12, remember I want 0 in for y and 0 in for x. If I plug 0 for y, what's the x? If I plug 0 in for y, x is -6. Now again, I'm saying if you can't do that, you can put your hand up and say, I'm just not quite there yet. What? Okay, so watch. I said the y value is 0, right? So if the y value is 0, what's x?
That's the negative.
Right. So now if x is 0, what's y? That's how simple. That's all it is. That's all there is. Not a mystery. You with me? So it just so happens that they're both what this time? -6. Not a big deal. So now we're going to go ahead and plot those. -6, 0, and then 0, -6. And now I'm drawing the line.
What if you put the zeros like in the top left and on the bottom right?
I don't know what that means.
Like you put a 0 in the top left and then a 0 in the bottom right.
I said it doesn't matter, right? You just have to understand that this is the x-intercept and this is the y-intercept. I said if you write them in reverse order, what do I care? I don't care, right? I'm not saying you have to memorize that. So if I put 0 here and 0 here, if I plug 0 in for x, y is -7.
Yeah.
If I plug 0 in for y, x is 2. So I'm showing you it makes no difference to me, right? I don't care. It's just you have to understand this is the y-intercept and this is the x-intercept. How do I know that? Because the y is a number, not a 0. You with me now, right? So I'm just, since we did this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. All right, 0, -7, and then 2, 0. Now I'm drawing the line. Give me one more second. I'll be right with you. Here we go. It's pretty good. Tell me.
You go back and graph on the line.
Yeah. Graph them. But again, I'm telling you guys, this is what my philosophy is. And you should know this by now. All right, if you want to be good at math, you got to do the problems. You can't watch me do it and say, oh, well, he's good at that, and then not do it yourself. Right? If you're going, man, this stuff is so simple, then okay, skip 1 or 2 problems. Right? I put lots of problems for those guys who need what? Who need practice. That's the intent. Right? If you do these problems, it's just not possible for you to tell me you don't know what you're doing. Those people who tell me they don't know what they're doing, they haven't done the work. It's just that simple. That's how easy math is. Do the work, you understand the material. Go, come on.
Number 11, why did you like switch the placement of the zeros?
Because you were listening to our conversation. This is what I'm telling you. You're going to be a lot smarter when you listen to what's going on. You didn't listen.
I just have to.
All right, it's this. I got this. You asked me a question. Someone else asked me the same question. This is the 3rd time now I've explained. I don't care where you put the x and y intercept. It doesn't matter to me. You always get the same answer. One is the x and one is the y. Put 0 in for x and 0 in for y. I don't care what order. All right? Now, today's the new day. All right? Today's the new day. This is what we're supposed to do today. So now I'm about 20 minutes behind. So I've got to giddy up. Let's go. All right, slope. Listen to me, guys. Eyes up. Come on now. You're going to miss something. Some of you are like, oh, I'm so smart. I'm just going to finish what I'm doing and listen at the same time. And I'm telling you, you're not good at that. Listen to what I'm saying. Slope is what defines a line. Slope is what defines the line. That is what makes lines different. All right? Look up, William, right here. Look, this slope right here is 0. This slope is 0. They had to start somewhere. So a horizontal line is slope of 0. Now think about a mountain. All right? If you're going up the mountain, the slope is positive. If you're going down the mountain, the slope is what? Negative. Now, come on, listen to me. Slope right there is 0. So is my slope increasing or decreasing? It is increasing. Now, when it becomes vertical, can you ski down that mountain?
No.
That is not possible to ski down that mountain. That's called an undefined slope. Vertical lines have undefined slope. And I always tell kids, remember that because you can't ski on that mountain. The steeper the slope, the more the slope is numerically. All right? That's a very big slope. Very small slope. That's why they have the baby slopes for the beginners and the black or diamonds or whatever they call them. I've never been skiing, but that would be dangerous, right? The steeper the mountain, the more dangerous it is. That's how I tell kids, easy to remember. Vertical lines have undefined slope. Horizontal lines have slope of 0. If you're rising, which I've always told you, read numbers from left to right. If you're going up the mountain, it's positive. If you're coming down the mountain, it's what? Negative. And I'll explain that to you in more detail. All right, but first thing, I want everybody to write right above slope. Slope is defined as rise over run. You'll hear a lot of people talk about rise over run. That's not very good math terms, all right? But I'm just saying you that's how some introduce it. We're not going to introduce it like that because I want you to understand what it truly means. Rise just simply means it's the change in y over the change in x. Now in science, you should have already learned that delta means what? Change. That's a shorthand notation. Delta means change. So you get from one point to the other point, it's a change in y divided by the change of x. Now the formula then, to do change, that involves subtraction. So to find the slope, you're going to say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So whenever you want to find the slope of a line, you will need what? 2 points. All right? Your 2 points are labeled x1 comma y1, and your second point just so happens to be labeled x2 comma what? y2. That's it. All right? That's how you find slope. Slope is the change in y over change in x. Change means subtraction, so you know you're subtracting the 2 y values and you're dividing it by the subtraction of the 2 x values. That's how simple slope is. There's 2 ways of calculating a slope. You're going to have a line that you have to calculate the slope from, and you have 2 points that you have to calculate the slope from. I've done a worksheet on both of them, both examples. So now, please, let's go. You guys are doing great today. I appreciate it. So here we go. I have a red and a blue line. So I want someone to tell me, is the slope of the blue line positive or negative?
Negative.
Because I'm going down the mountain. How do I know I'm going down the mountain? Because you read numbers from left to right. The red is a what? Positive slope because I'm going what? Up the mountain. How do I know I'm going up? Because I read numbers from left to right. Some people always say, well, here I am going up the mountain, right? Here I am going up the mountain this way. That's going up the mountain backwards. All right? We're going down the mountain because we read from left to right. This is a person going up the mountain because we read from left to right. I don't say I'm going down the mountain. All right? That's reading backwards. You have to understand that. That makes your life so much easier if you understand mathematicians read numbers from left to right, not right to left. That's how you can tell whether the slope is positive or negative. So here I am. Here's my little person right here on this point. I'm trying to get to the next point. That's how you determine what the slope is. So here we go. Let me show you how simple. I'm going to blow up. Here, this represents delta y. This represents what? Delta x. I get from one point to the next point. There had to be a rise and there had to be a run. How much should I go up? 1. How much should I go over? 2. So the slope, remember, is delta y over delta x. How much should I go up? How much should I go over? 2. Does it matter what 2 points I pick? No, because the slope, the line of the slope is always the same. So look right here, I just wrote these. Up 1 and over what? Same thing. Now watch, I'm going to get a little crazy, so please look. This is whether or not you're paying attention. If I go from this point here to this point over here, somebody tell me what the slope is going to be. Stop. The slope is going to be what? What was this? What did I tell you the slope was at first? Which is what number? 1 over 2. That was the slope. What's the slope always on that line? Does it matter what points I pick? No. So when I told you now, this right here, that's going to be what? 1 over 2. Does it look like 1 over 2? No, but we're going to calculate. 1, 2, 3. I went up 3, and then I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess what 3 over 6 is? 1 over 2. The slope of the line is always the same. It doesn't matter what 2 points you pick. Is everybody with me? All right? So, beautiful. Now I'm looking at the red line. All right, I'm looking at the red line. Just so I can see it better, I'm going to move this garbage up. I'm going to get rid of this real quick. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to look at the slope of the red line. Did I say the slope of the blue line?
Yeah, now we're on.
Oh, no, I said the slope of the red. I put it in the wrong spot. That's what I was confused. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So this, the slope of the red line, should have been down here. Delta y over delta x is 1 over 2. Does everybody agree with that now, right? Yeah. Sorry for the confusion. Thank you. All right, now I'm doing the slope of the what? Blue line. So you pick any 2 points you want. All right, I'm just picking this guy right here. And I'm saying this, I went from here to here, and then I went over here. How much did I go down? So that's a what? 3 over 1, but going down is what? There you go. This is -3, that's +1. So the slope of that line, somebody tell me, is?
-3 over 1.
-3 over 1, and we can just say that's -3. Good.
Okay, but when you're making the line down, right, but can't you also make it up?
Yes, you can. Very brilliant, girl. I know what you're going to say, so watch me. If I go up 3, then I'm going to go what? Left 1. And left 1 is negative. Right, but that's why I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong, because you should always read the numbers from what? Left to right. That'll avoid that confusion. That's why I try to tell kids, always go left to right, left to right, left to right. Then you'll avoid the up, because everybody forgets going to the left is what? Negative. Going down is easy to see that's negative. Going to the right is positive. All right, you're going up and right or up and left. All right, so here we go. What? Quick. It doesn't matter. If you pick any 2 points, it's going to be the same ratio. 1/2 is the same as 2/4. It's the same as 3/6. What?
I just don't get how every single line is different.
No, I didn't say every line had a slope of 1/2. I said every point. This, okay, I understand your confusion. Ready? That's the same line. The slope is always what? 1/2 on that line. On that line. Not every line. All right?
So easy.
Come on, what? What?
You go to wait, how does -3 feel?
The change in y. Up and down is the change in y. Left and right is the change in x. All right, here we go. 14, no time to play. 14, the slope of b. Let's calculate it. How much did I go? Pick any 2 points. I put several on there to try to confuse you. Doesn't matter what 2 points. I'm choosing this. I went up how many? And then I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's the slope? 2 over 5. That's the slope. I already told you that a horizontal line is always 0. Thank you. All right, so everybody check out 14 now. Everybody check out 14. Slope is 2/5. Slope is 0. Is everybody okay with this? M stands for slope. All right, M stands for slope. Thank you. Somebody always asks me why M. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you. They just said M, slope. I don't know why. I think it's dumb. Or I don't like writing S's. Maybe that's why. All right. So here we go. Let's see how good we're doing. 15. Here we go. Slope of the blue. Somebody help me. Slope of the blue. Somebody said 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. You guys are good. Slope of the blue is 3/5. The slope of the red is undefined. So there you go. Slope of the red is undefined because it's a vertical line. Slope is undefined. Beautiful.
Wait, so
Come on, all vertical lines have a slope that's undefined. You can't ski down that mountain, no matter how hard you try. Letter 16 now. We're doing the slope of B. So here we go. Doesn't matter what two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I do? -7/2 is the slope. -7/2. Right, yes, up and down. I always tell kids, if I was making this up, I plot X and then Y. Why not slope be X and Y, right? That would be logical. All right, but there's a really good reason. You just don't know right now. What?
So, I think once I got
No, wrong. You can't do that. No, William, come on. If I pick this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, same answer. And if I go from here all the way down to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4. 14/4 is still 7/2. Now, what if I pick this point right here? Come on, everybody look up. If I pick this point right here, and I went from here to here, what's that ratio? 7/2, -7/2. Does it look like it? No, because it would be two fractions. It always, no matter where I go from here to here, that's still what? Still -7/2. Every single time. The slope on every line is exactly the same. All right, no matter what point you pick. All right, so help me out with the red. What do I got here? Somebody said 1/7.
I got 1/6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those of you guys who said 6 just can't do what? You got sidetracked a little bit. Be careful. Be careful. You don't start at 0. You don't start at 1. All right. Count the little boxes if you need to. All right. What is that again? Somebody told me. Whatever said. Slope is 1/7. I'm feeling pretty good. All right. Now, obviously, I don't feel like graphing a line every time I want to find the slope. Did I agree with that? What? William, come on. I counted up 1 from this point right here. Come on, pay attention. All right. I went from this point right here. Up 1.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Come on now. You're doing better. Come on, stay with me. Over there. 1 and 7. I like it. What? Down is negative. Up is positive. What?
Yeah, there's no negative on the red.
Come on. All right. Now find the slope line containing the 2 points. Obviously, I'm not going to draw the line every time I want you to calculate the slope. So you're supposed to be able to tell me, well, that's okay. I prefer the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here is x1. Here is y1. Here is x2, and here is y2.
So we'll make the
So all we're doing now is I'm calculating the slope without the line. I use this formula. Remember, slope is a change, so it's easy to remember. I'm just subtracting. So here we go. I'm going to say -4 minus -5 over -6 minus -2. Of course, double negatives make a what? Positive. So I have 1 over -4, which is the same as -1/4. Please don't ask me, well, if I do the first point minus the second point, are you going to get the same answer? Yes, because it's the 2 points are on the same line. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you go the first point minus the second point or the second point minus the first point. It'd be the same answer. Guaranteed. What?
So is an x1 and y1 always going to be for set of numbers?
Why do you think they call it 1? First, logic. I'm telling you, math is logic. Good for you.
Why do you say it's like 1 over negative 4? Why do you think it's negative 1 over 4?
Because it's the same thing. Just traditionally in math, we don't put the negative in the denominator. I really should have probably written, I tried to write it more out in front, right, like that. All right, but the one can be positive or it can be negative. They just both can be. All right, so I'm happy. Let's do 19 real quick. So again, everybody write the formula because you'll be writing this all the way through all of your math career. No matter what math class you take, you'll always be doing slope. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I have negative 11 minus 1 over negative 10 minus 7. Negative 12 over negative 17. I got 12 over 17. Anybody else get that besides me? Everybody happy? Easy. Simple. Simple, simple. All right, here we go. What?
Can you do number 18?
Why would I do 18?
Is that
Well,
what
let's just do that.
that would-
one.
Here we
That
go.
would be
M
easy.
equals. What are you having trouble with? 8 minus 8? Is that why I'm doing that?
A equals 0. I don't know what to do with that.
Negative 9 minus negative 3. So I have 0 over negative 6. 0 over negative 6. Today we'll call 0. You usually got a calculator for that if you need it, okay?
You just need to-
0 over negative 6. All right, now let's do 20 because I don't want to be complaining and making fun of people. So here we go. 20 m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we go. Let's calculate this. Negative 6 minus negative 5 over negative 13 minus negative 13. Uh-oh. Now I have negative 1 over 0. So that is our what? Undefined. You can't ever divide by 0. If you take your calculator and say 3 divided by 0, it'll say error, undefined. You cannot define by 0. All right? 0 is undefined. That's how you remember that that is a what? Vertical line. And over here, if we graph those, the slope is 0. Therefore, it would be a what? Horizontal line. Those are good questions. All right, here we go, guys. All right. Do a couple more real quick. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Don't wait for me now. You shouldn't be, writing down my answers. You should be doing it yourself. So I have 5 minus negative 2, which means it's 5 plus 2. Don't write down the double negatives anymore. And then it would be 3 plus 1. I got 7 over 4.
Everybody's right.
Yes, what?
How do you get the double negative?
I just know.
Because when you go subtraction, so watch me. 5 minus negative 2. When you're doing slope, it's always 5 minus. Okay, now look, guys, fantastic job by me today. Again, I appreciate your applause. All right, I appreciate the enthusiasm for today. Listen, as always, I did a great job. You need to decide how much you know and how much you don't know. If you are all confused, watch the video, and I made extra practice. On Monday, I will create something with similar outcomes, so we'll review it. But please, do a good job. If you are super confused, review the notes. Everybody hearing me? All right, thank you. Great day today, much better.
Finish your homework.
No, I don't care about finishing it. If you, hey, finish it if you're clueless, right? All right, Reagan, have a great day and a great weekend. Happy Indigenous Day on Monday. Indigenous Day.